Hi, I got a foot cam now. Uh, so this is a new development. It's just a webcam. It doesn't look very good, but the nice thing is that now you can see what my feet are doing as well as hear it, obviously. So when I'm doing double bass exercise, you can actually see. Yeah. So in this one, I think we're gonna warm up with some double bass single runs, and then I want to do some work on doubles because I don't. I feel like I can develop those a lot more than I already have. But yeah, also I was watching the last episode. Why did it choose that image for the thumbnail? That was not good. It chose the image where I was like, that was funny. But yeah, so we're gonna start with some double bass runs for warm up. I think we're gonna go maybe 125 to start because that's a good easy BPM to get everything going, and then I'm gonna try and get up to 150 again, and maybe go above and beyond that. Maybe try 155 today if I'm really feeling it. So yeah, all right, we're gonna start with 125. I'm feeling pretty good, and go from there. God damn it! I just stopped the recording because I'm an idiot. Okay, correction. I do not feel good. I don't know. I couldn't tell if I was speeding up or slowing down there. All I know is I kept getting off. I think I was trying to speed up, but it was a strain thing. I was kind of speeding up because of the strain on my pedals. So I might speed it up a little bit, or actually, I could slow it down and work on going slower because that could develop some control. But either way, regardless, I forgot what I was. Oh yeah, so I broke a drumstick literally minutes before I was gonna start recording. So now I'm using a mismatched pair of a ProMark Forward 5B and a Vic Firth Extreme 5AN, which is probably about as mismatched as they can get because the Extreme 5AN is longer, thinner, has a different tip, and is a different brand than the ProMarks I normally use. So that is annoying, and I'm gonna have to deal with it. But I think I'm gonna keep the 5AN in my right hand because I can use the reach more for my cymbals, and I'll keep the shorter one in my left hand for snare hits because it just feels easier, I guess. But yeah, that's the struggle of the day. Is I need to go get more drumsticks. I don't know if I'm gonna order them or go to a fucking music store. It doesn't matter. But yeah, so I think I'm gonna bump it up to 130 BPM, do some 16th note rolls, and then we're gonna keep going up from there. Hopefully, I'll be feeling better by that time. Uh, yeah, got some Sprite here. I'm gonna sip it. Oh yeah, ASMR. This is an ASMR video now. Yeah. So we're gonna bump it up to 135, 130. Jesus, that's a big bump. We're gonna bump it up to 130, do another single note run, and see how we go. at the end there, I actually felt better in that one. I started to struggle at the end. I tried to keep it going. I just couldn't. My legs didn't want to. But pushed it a little bit, so now we're gonna bump it to 135. Also, I was watching the last video at the beginning. My kick, specifically my right one, was double triggering, which is not a good thing. It means that whenever I was hitting, it was like detecting a second hit in there somewhere. I think it had to do with the fact that a cable I was using was stereo, so it had a right and a left input, and I think it was somehow detecting those as different hits if you hit hard, and that's why my blast beats sounded egregiously bad. Other than the fact that I was playing them really bad. That's a skill issue, but yeah, so I was looking at that and I was like, okay, that does not sound good. I can't watch anymore. So I fixed it today though. Hopefully I don't see the same issue I was having, because before on my EAD10 it would show, like, I want to call it like a shadow input. It would say that trigger 2 was triggering as well as the kick trigger, but there was no trigger 2. So because trigger 2, well, it's listed here as trigger 1 is kick and trigger 2 is next to it, so they're clearly paired in stereo. I think that's on purpose actually, but the problem with that, obviously, is that now I'm struggling with it detecting the right and the left inputs as different hits instead of the same. So now I've just got a mono cable running into it, and it should work fine. So yeah, hopefully this sounds much better from the right kick specifically. It's not double triggering anymore. Excuse me. Yeah, so we're gonna bump it up to 135. And see how it goes. I'm not expecting a super long run of this one. I'm going to kind of go until I fail again, but I don't know. Maybe I'll get some runs out of it. And then, depending on that, might start double strokes early or keep going on the singles. So, yeah. Yeah, that didn't feel good. See, towards the end there, it's called popcorning, when it sounds like a bag of popcorn going off. It just, really, is you're not able to keep the even, spacing of the notes. I was doing that really bad. So, yeah. I'm going to bump it up to 140, and if I don't last very long at 140 BPM, I'm gonna just move on to double strokes, jump the BPM up to probably 160, 170, 180 area, and then work on doing a double stroke, which I use specifically heel toe. I don't know if there's another double stroke technique, but I just feel like I specify. Yeah, and so what I'm gonna do is practice getting that both up to speed and making sure it's clean, runs well, etc. I haven't done a lot of double strokes. I got into a phase for a while where it's like, ew, double strokes are bad. Everything needs to be single strokes. And I still feel like that way to some extent, but then I realized that there are some things you just can't do with single strokes unless you start to learn swivel technique, which is really advanced. And for the time being, especially being an extreme metal drummer, I think or double strokes will do me just fine. I just don't want to get into the habit of always doing double strokes for literally everything like some drummers do, because I know it's fully easy. You're fully capable of doing single strokes up to like 240 BPM easily. And in fact, I know a drum teacher I had for a while can do like 300 with single strokes. It's nuts. But yeah, also, for those who don't know, BPM is like the miles per hour of music. It is how many beats, which is like da, 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 beats per minute. And that just sets your tempo. So the higher the BPM, the faster the song is, basically. So that's my metric. That's the metric that we use. It's called tempo. It's the metric that we use for music. Yeah, bump it up to 140. See how we go. Ooh, that was short. Okay, yeah, we're not gonna try 150 today because it's gonna be like two measures, and then there's no point in trying even just two measures of a BPM. So, gonna bump it up to. Let's start with 160, really easy. Then we'll bump it up to 170. I know the brain rot has taken hold, but yeah, so we're gonna bump it up to 160, and we're gonna work on some double strokes for a while. I don't yet. I just started doing double strokes, so I don't yet have a metric for how fast I can go with them. I know it's between 200 and 220 before it starts to really sound bad and not clean, but I think we're going to keep it slow today just for the sake of working on the cleanliness of the hits, making sure they're evenly spaced and stuff. So I'm not going to do too many runs of this before I move into blast beats because I want to work on them today a lot. I really want to work on some blast beats today because yesterday they were not good, and I want to keep working on them because I was really lacking on those. So we're gonna do double strokes at 160 for a minute and see how those go. These is not a word. That that felt really good actually. I kind of got sloppy towards the middle, but I pulled it back together towards the end. What I noticed with double strokes, and one thing I don't know if this is a technique issue or if this is just normal, I guess, but uh, the pain, not the pain, the burn of like the strain is felt much more towards your knee than it is towards your like calf muscles and shin, where normal strokes are. So I don't really know if that's a problem or not. I guess I haven't figured that out yet. Maybe I'll like injure myself in the future and be like, okay, maybe we should do something different here. But yeah, that felt pretty good. I'm gonna jump it up to 170 here. I know it's a big jump, but towards higher BPMs, the jumps can get bigger, especially when you're using techniques like these. I don't know why I'm so out of breath. God, I gotta stop holding my breath when I'm talking, because when I pause and talk, I'm like, and I just hold my breath, and then I sound super out of breath when I come back because it's like, uh. This is not really that strenuous. God, I'm not that fat. Wow. Okay, 170. Wow, that burns. That really burns after a while. That might actually be a bad thing. But yeah, I liked that. I like double strokes sometimes because they do just feel satisfying, I guess. That moment when you get them clean and they're nice and even, they're clean, they're perfect. It's nice. I like that feeling. Maybe that's why so many drummers do them. Also, just because they're stupid easy once you figure them out and they let you go super fast with your kicks. But yeah. Um, the point is, next thing I want to try. What was I gonna say? Lost my train of thought. Oh, I I see some drummers when they do heel toe. They will let me pull this up so you can see. Some drummers when they do heel toe will specifically try and use their actual heel to push and then like that up on the pedal board. But when you use long boards like I have, which are these, they go all the way to the back. You can see there. So you can see right here, they go all the way to the back where the hinge is. You can actually put your foot off the pedal board and hit the ground with your heel. And that gives you, I prefer that to this. This feels like it's such a bigger motion than this. Actually, some drummers use heel risers, which bring this hinge here. It brings it off the ground more, so they actually don't hit the ground. Notable example is Eugene Ryabchenko, who's an awesome drummer, by the way. And I've always thought that's kind of a cool aspect of these longboard pedals is they allow you to do that, to hit the ground instead of hitting just the pedal board with your heel, which is a much bigger motion. I mean, if you're just doing like punk rock stuff, it's really easy, like do gat do gat do. But moving more towards metal, extreme metal, stuff like that, it's way easier to find the most ergonomic techniques that allow drummers to go really fast for really long and save a lot of energy, save a lot of time, and stuff like that. Save a lot of practice. So they'll find the most ergonomic techniques, not cheating, but the best technique. That's why a lot of metal drummers also have really insane techniques for everything. Like, you see some metal drummers will actually tilt their snares forward so to make a rim shot easier. So, regardless, I like mine set up the way it is. I've tweaked it over a couple years. It used to look really bad. So, yeah, we're going to bump it up to 180. I think that might be it for that. And then I actually might jump straight into a blast beat at some point. I don't even know if I need to break there. Once my legs get tired, I'll switch over to the 8th note hits and do a 180 BPM blast beat, probably a ride and snare one. I also want to practice bomb blasts today, which will be a combination of the two. Those are a lot of fun. I like those. But yeah, I'm going to practice some bomb blasts, traditional blasts, and hammer blasts. A lot of fun blast beats. And then actually, I don't know what I'm going to do after that. Might practice a song or something like that. I don't know. But yeah. So, we're going to jump. Let's get this out of the way. There we go. We're going to jump right into 180, and then I'm not even going to pause. I'm just going to go straight into the blast beat section. Go until my hands get tired, and then we're going to take a quick break, jump to 190, then 200, then maybe go up more. So, yeah. ASMR video. Okay, that was good. I like that. My hands feel really good today. My feet not so much, but my hands feel really good today. So, I am going to jump up to 190 here. That's going to be the end of the double bass portion of my training because I can feel my legs getting pretty tired and worn out. So, I definitely need to work on my endurance. Wow. Because my leg endurance is at like an all-time low right now. I can go 30 seconds and I just... But yeah, so... Ow, that hurt. Got a canker sore. But yeah, that hurt. And so I'm going to jump to 190 after a short break. I'm probably going to pause the recording because I want to check my phone. But yeah, so we'll come back, do 190, then jump to 200. See you then. I'm back. Okay. So, 190. Here we go. jazz. Yeah, that felt pretty good, honestly. I lost it towards the end, so I decided that was a good place to stop. You see, I kind of transition over to some hammer blasts, where the snare lines up with the kicks instead of the ride. Really fun blast beat, hits hard. That's why it's called that. But yeah, so don't have anything else to say. So we're gonna jump into 200. Really sloppy start there. I hit the bottom of the cymbal somehow and not the top. Oh, that felt terrible. It's like hitting it like that just doesn't give you the same rush as that doesn't. Sorry, that was probably really loud with this mic. Yeah, that felt all right. I guess I lost stamina pretty quickly, but I think that's probably gonna be the end of the video here. So we're running pretty long already. And I'm not going to yap as much in this one because I don't have a lot to talk about. And mainly it's just I don't want to seem as like painfully awkward as I was in the beginning. I'm still painfully awkward, don't get me wrong. But hopefully this was a little bit more watchable and maybe a little bit more entertaining. I want to experiment more with maybe putting some like background music just to make it a little bit more listenable. I don't really expect a lot of watch out of this one either. So yeah. But I'm going to go edit this, upload it, and see you later. So, yeah, that's about it. See ya. Blatant Charlie rip.